Welcome back to regular programming. Now it's time for the super fun happy horror hour with your hosts, Adam and Mike. Welcome to the show, everyone. Our first ever decade themed episode. Just covering off two films here. We did speak about it in last episode, but we are definitely doing The Old Dark House, and surprise, surprise, it's in the show title Frankenstein. Also, from having what my opposite number here, Mike said was we're going to have a whale of a time because these are both James Whale James Whale films. He has the dad jokes.
I'm really disappointed in myself for actually coming up with that one. But yeah, no, so we are obviously knocking out the 1930s. Which I have to admit, ashamedly so, I've not watched a whole lot of horror from such an early decade.
It's not that easily accessible though. You do have to work for it. But yeah, we both come across some old Universal classics.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's probably the most. How's this though? Like we're talking about the most accessible horror movies,
Mm,
and based on
from the 30s.
decades from the 30s.
Yeah.
And I could watch The Old Dark House on Tubi, I think I
Shoot.
watched it on,
Yep.
which is for free
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For real
because
free. Yeah.
because I couldn't be bothered digging out my DVD of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It's not available free anywhere,
No.
and I had to pay I think $6 to watch it.
2 years ago, because I watched these 2 years ago, all of these eight Universal Classic Horror monster creature features. What are they called? Monster Universe? Monsterverse? Far out.
Universal
Because
Classic Monsters.
yes, on iTunes they had all eight movies for $15. I'm like, I want to collect physically, but the physical, like the four packs of those at the time were like $100 for four of them. I'm like, well, I can get all eight for 15. And so that's when I watched them, and it was like, yeah, man, these are great. Like all of them, all eight of them are just fantastic movies.
Not that we're talking about it. Maybe we should do a Universal Monster episode or specials on it.
Well,
But
we
what's your
just did,
favorite and
we
what's
just
your
did some
least favorite?
um of these two movies.
No, of
Uh,
Universal Monsters.
Oh,
Just to be on Tambit.
Frankenstein is my favorite. I actually really like Bride of Frankenstein. I actually think it's the first time I watched it, I thought it was better than Frankenstein. Um, but I haven't seen Bride twice now. I've seen Frankenstein twice, and that went up a lot in my ratings this episode, which we'll talk about.
And least
But
favorite?
least favorite, I would have to look. I can remember liking Creature from the Black Lagoon. It might have been no, the Dracula. It was Dracula.
Dracula was your least favorite out of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say I was gonna quit the podcast live on air if you said Creature was your least favorite. That wasn't gonna.
Creature.
Yeah, if Creature from the Black Lagoon was your least favorite,
Oh,
I was gonna just quit.
no,
I
no, I
was
really
gonna
like
quit.
that. Yeah. Because those movies back then, they had all these social commentary. Yeah, that's cool.
I have a big creature collection.
Mm,
Big.
really?
But I even have creature tattooed on me. Hmm.
Okay. Have
Anyway,
to show this stuff off.
tangent.
Yes,
Um,
tangenting already. So what are we going to
and
talk
I,
about first? Frankenstein or the old chronological order? Because the old Dark House was 32, I think, wasn't it? The old Dark House.
let me bring up Lee Letterboxd. Letterboxd, if you're listening, sponsor us, do
32,
something, just
yeah, it is
acknowledge
32.
that we exist.
Yeah, it's 32.
One's 31 and one's 32, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Frankenstein's 31.
All right, well, let's do Frankenstein first.
Sounds good. All right, stopwatch at the go, at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. Ask away.
All right.
All right.
Look, it's a I don't think there's going to be a lot of disagreeing between us for this movie. I don't think
Mm.
that there should be a whole lot of disagreeing between anyone in this movie. I think
Oh, there
I
would
and
be.
I
It's the internet.
well, yeah, that's true. But the internet's wrong. I hate the internet. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, you know what? The
The internet
villagers
hates the
at the
internet.
end of the movie, that's the internet. The
Yeah.
villagers with their
Yeah.
flaming torches and pitchforks, that's the internet. Um,
100%.
but no, in
Especially
all
this last week.
honesty, I don't care how cliche, how cheesy this sounds. I believe as far as horror goes, Frankenstein has everything. It has everything needed for a fantastic horror. You've got the tragedy, you've got, like the humanistic elements of this. There's the romance thrown in there. Um, there's also the lack of romance at the same time. Like there's yearning. There's as the
There's,
meme
there's
as the
yearning.
memes that are happening, there's
Yeah.
male yearning. Yes, it's a made creature, like a
That's
man-made
funny,
creature,
man.
but he yearns, right? Like he wants things. Like
Yeah.
Frankenstein's monster wants um wants a normal life. Like you watch him paying attention.
He's misunderstood. Sorry, I was hand gesturing for people who can't. But I missed
He was.
I missed the intro line of the entire episode. I was like, "It's alive."
It's alive.
Um, now I forgot what I was going to say. What was I going to say, Mike?
You're saying stuff about how he's misunderstood.
He is misunderstood, even though he's got like the bad brain in him by accident. The fact we've got to talk about for this episode, I became a little bit prepared, so I did write down what I loved and what I didn't like necessarily. So I did write in my review of this, like jumped up from 3.5 to 4.5 stars, and I'm thinking as I was watching it and going through, I was like, "This is the original Jurassic Park," and you can't change my mind. Like it's the original Jurassic Park. Some scientist wondering whether he could rather than whether he should brings life back that shouldn't be brought back, and that life goes crazy and destroys shit. Yeets a girl into a lake. Um, look, it's Jurassic Park, right? Am
Yeah,
I
yeah.
right?
But at the same time, you look at like that framework and how many movies we've got where some fucker has messed around with science.
Yeah, yeah,
They've
yeah.
done, as the young cool kids would say, they fucked around and found out, basically, in
Yeah.
this. But how often they take that
Baffling.
framework of just going, let's do something that we shouldn't do and play God, and then inevitably it blows up in their face and they're surprised by that. It's like, well, because it's not
It's
meant to happen. This defies the laws of.
it's the age-old tale.
Oh, it is basically just don't put a fucking fork in a
It's fun.
power socket.
It's
Like,
funny when you put it that way, though, because I didn't think of any other movie other than Jurassic Park when I was watching this the second time. I didn't think of, and you're right. There's so many movies have that template, or
iRobot,
stories. Yeah, there's tons. And
Minority Report.
I'm not naming any because I can't
No,
think of the titles of any, but
but there's so
I
many
know
where
they
like
exist.
basically like humans are shit, right? And
Yeah.
they just be it's like that thing.
Well, The
Just because
Prestige
you
is a good one actually. That
yeah,
kind of fits that. Sorry.
just because you can doesn't mean you should. Like
Hmm.
that's basically I
Absolutely.
think the overall I'm gonna
That's
say theology of these
this
that's the
this
genre.
that also applies to sex. Just because you
Yeah.
can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, well, and look, and it applies to, grabbing that one more beer out of the fridge as well. Like basically, maybe that's what the genre, like the nano genre should be called. It's called Hold My Beer, right?
Well, yeah.
um, but
Yeah.
no, getting back to the movie, it's got everything that I look for in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
it looks
What?
great, like it's a fantastic movie.
I'm interested to know what those things are that you look for in a
Like
horror movie.
Oh, like so I obviously like that there tends to be like an overarching plot point there. I like that there's and it's there for you to they put it in there enough that like it's ambiguous enough that you can take your own thoughts away from the movie. They're not necessarily like
Mm,
trying to,
mm.
drive one viewpoint home the whole way. You can take what you want from it.
There's
Um,
lots to take from it because
there's
there's
so
even
much.
you could even apply and what when I say taking from it, like the thematics underneath it, it also applies to something like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, as well. Like again, that misunderstood because the way he looks or the way he yeets young girls into a lake. I don't.
I mean, look, they basically like had the villagers basically had xenophobic behaviors, right? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're an outsider, you don't belong here. Let's alienate you. But in this case, we hunt you down instead of just pushing you out of town.
Humans are scared naturally of what they don't know or don't understand. They're just
And that's
scared
what
of it.
they're showing in this.
Mm.
But as someone who is ever the pessimistic approach, I'm pretty jaded and skeptical of people.
Yeah.
Um, this
Ooh,
movie just
wait to get to
shows
my
you
age.
just this movie just shows you how shit humans can be,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
obviously showing you that people were that shit back in the 1930s as well.
yep, yep.
It's not something that's came from the dawn of the 21st century. Just humans have always been inherently shit.
Yeah.
Um, and again, like quick to judge what they don't understand. Um,
Mm.
but that's all this sort of stuff that I like that's sort of, I guess, broad and sort of in the background of everything. Um, but as far as like the guts of the film, what I really like is like the sets.
The
Like I think
sets,
the
yes.
sets
The
are amazing.
set designs are amazing. And do you know, fun fact about those sets?
Mm,
Mel Brooks was able to find them and he reused them for Young Frankenstein. It's the same sets.
that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, it was on
We
a
need to
backlot
do like a
somewhere.
young
Mm.
Frankenstein episode.
Yeah, I watched that again recently. And man, that movie's amazing. We'll
Um,
do a we'll do a horror comedy episode for sure.
yeah, Young Frankenstein and the Burbs.
Yeah, I was going to say Ready or Not, but The Burbs is, yeah, it's actually my seventh favorite movie of all time, The Burbs.
Seventh.
Yeah,
Up to what number do you have of favorite
just
movies? Do you
just top
have
20. I could go,
Oh,
yeah, just
just
top
top
20.
20.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
But yeah, so like the set design, I loved. Um,
yeah.
the
It's
fact that
insane.
we have uh Jack Pierce's design of the monster, like he did
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
makeup.
creature. Yeah,
How iconic
it's a
is
yeah.
Frankenstein's monster?
Well,
You know?
thanks to the makeup, but also the performance underneath from Boris Karloff, man. Like he's good and credited as a question mark, which I don't understand what the trivia is behind that. Guess I wanted to keep it a surprise. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
know.
but he's awesome. And he's awesome in the next movie we're going to talk about as well.
Yeah,
Because he
exactly.
creates that character. It's his movement and stuff that kind of was the template of those, bolts in the neck type of monsters. It was all
There's
Boris.
th- there's not necessarily, your first thoughts aren't that there's a whole lot to do when you technically don't have any lines, right?
Yeah, but
When you have to rely
there's a
and
lot of physical acting going on.
there is, but then at the same time with such heavy prosthetics, especially on the top of his
Yeah,
head,
yeah.
like
With no safety regulations back in the 30s for in film,
yeah.
like he would have been hot as balls under that stuff.
So the fact that he was able to do such a brilliant job acting and
Yeah,
show like you could read that character
yeah,
with under
yeah.
all that
In his
makeup
eyes, he's
and all
all
that's
eyes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. And obviously like that the monster has like golden retriever tendencies for sure. Like it gives off those vibes and I
Mm,
adore it. I think it's fucking phenomenal. I love that character. I don't know how often people admit to feeling sorry for the
mm.
monster, but I do. I
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that if
yeah.
anything, the
I
humans were the monster, not the other way around.
so throughout this episode, there's been a rumor. I've heard stuff that apparently he yeeted some girl into a lake. Should we talk about that?
Look, to be
Because you're
fair,
just saying how you sympathize with him, but I want to talk about why we do, even though he's
yeah,
done
look,
that.
and to be fair though, I don't even think that's the worst that he did in the episode in the movie
Oh,
either.
really? Killing a
Look,
young girl,
yeah, okay,
not the
I'm gonna
worst
tell
thing.
you why. Let me explain it. So he goes down to, I think her name's Maria. The little girl's name is
Yeah,
Maria. I
maybe.
think so.
Yeah.
Apologies to anyone if I'm wrong. I rarely am. No. But so he goes down, he sees Maria throwing flowers, and she's showing
Yeah.
him that they float in the water,
Yeah.
right? And
Mm.
then he gets excited because he's doing that. He goes, I'm doing what a human can do. Look at this. The
Yeah.
flowers float in the
Yeah.
water. That's great. He
Uh-huh.
runs out of flowers and he goes, oh, and I think in his fucking golden retriever energy, he
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
energized and he goes, well, I'll make Maria float. He
Yeah.
doesn't know that Maria doesn't have the same, I guess
Buoyancy
like
is a flower.
buoyancy is the flower, or that she obviously can't swim because it didn't
Mm.
look that deep there. She's at the
No.
shoreline. Um,
Yeah.
and he picks her up and throws her. Like, yes, I think at one point she goes like, "Let go of me" or something like that, and he didn't. But then I also sort of take that as maybe he was just that overly excited. He's like, oh, like, and not
He's just
paying attention.
well, it's a deformed brain that they put in him, so it's obviously
Yeah,
not. They don't. He's childlike, but he's also
yeah,
like, yeah. It's. I don't know what. I don't know. He's just. It's not a child, and he's not also mentally disabled. He's like, I don't know. He's kind of in between because
yeah.
he's. I don't know if
I
that's a
don't
fault of
know.
the movie or it's a deliberate thing, but like,
I think it's deliberate, like just
it's.
because, in all honesty, you can see that he doesn't necessarily comprehend his actions, at least not at the time.
Mm,
Um,
they just say
you
it's
know,
an abnormal brain, don't they?
and he does panic after he throws her, and he like takes off. It's not like
Yeah.
he doesn't wipe
Yeah.
his hands and goes like and
No,
whistles as he
it's
walks away. Like he's
no,
like,
no,
oh
it's not.
shit,
Yeah,
he's
yeah, it's
fucked
not a
up.
deliberate thing. It's just he does it because
Um,
he's not all there.
the ones that are, I think, more brutal is when he just panics when someone screams at him, so he like strangles them to death. like that's worse, right? Like he knows what he's doing.
Hey,
He's like, shut the fuck up.
that's a perfectly
like,
cromulent reaction to someone screaming in your face.
but but at the same time though, you see him just calmly walk up, open up, climb through a window. The person like notices. Well, while he's trying to grab her at the same time,
Yeah.
and it happens to be that he like steps on her dress or something, and she turns around and screams, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" and just strangles her to death. Like
Yeah.
that's his first reaction is just to just
Yeah.
completely like quiet this out. And then to just see how often he just strangles fuckers left, right, and
Quiet it out.
yeah,
That's
he
fantastic.
literally strangles every second person that he meets. Like he's just like, like someone goes like, "Hey, do you want milk with your tea?" like,
But
like,
he's Vader before Vader.
well, yeah, exactly. And he doesn't use the force; he just uses these
He's
big brute hands. Um,
pre-COVID Vader.
so
Vader
that's
keeps
why
space.
I know you said, "How is it worse than the little girl getting like
Mm.
killed?" And
Because he
that's
just
because I think
chokes people out.
yeah, because I think that he made a mistake with Maria or the little
Mm.
girl, and
Yeah.
it was overexcitement, and he made
Mm.
a mistake. Didn't know that. Well, he
It
wouldn't
wasn't
even
malicious.
understand. Yeah,
It wasn't
he wouldn't
malicious.
even
Yeah.
understand the principles of swimming. He wouldn't even know like what
If
makes
you didn't
something
know
float and not.
yeah, if you didn't know a flower floated, he's not going to know a girl doesn't.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, like, I go, okay, he's made a mistake. Yes, it's a horrible mistake, and you have to
Mm.
bear witness to the father in the most haunting scene of the whole thing,
Yeah.
walking
Yeah.
down, like, through the village carrying his dead
Yeah.
daughter.
Mm.
Um, but at the
Shenanigans
same,
ensue.
it definitely does. But in saying that, it's less violent evil than him just choking everyone out, which he
Yeah.
likes to do. He likes to just choke people out. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
You
so
can
I want to
empathize.
know because I have like a scene that I was like, oh, like brutal. But what about you? So what's your takeaways as far as like the monster goes and just the movie in general?
Um, I don't know if I can add anything in general. I do want to talk about, okay, if we're going to go open basket, the first thing that I haven't spoken about is the Baron. I loved the Baron, man. He's just a cranky old asshole, and he's just, so entitled because he's the rich provider of the family. hilarious. I think I don't know if he's supposed to be funny, but he's just funny to me.
Hmm.
Not sure what you make of him.
Oh, look, I think like it's crazy the way that he like what is it? Like he thinks that everyone's gonna love him because he gives free beer or something like that to him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
In the
like
town, yeah.
he like turns around and goes, oh yeah, by the way, this monster's got out. Sorry guys, whoops. Like let's go and like find it. And they're like, yeah, okay. Like
Yeah.
no one holds him or like his son or whatever like accountable for like any of the shit that goes wrong.
It's just a shared hatred of they've all got this mutual hatred of something they
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know. Instead, it should be going after the scientists.
They should
Not
have, right?
He's the
Like
one that created this
the
shit.
ones that didn't get strangled.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
But yeah, same as you with this. I think that's got yeah. Again, love the set design. Can't speak highly enough of it. Iconic design all around. I don't know if I noticed much about the score in this. I don't think I had paid enough
mm,
attention to comment about it. Um, it's just got vibes for days, man. The black and white, and it's the watching the 4K in black and white as well. It's like it's pretty phenomenal
mm.
to check out. So it
Oh,
just looks great. It's
I wouldn't want to
perfect.
watch it in color.
Hell no, absolutely not. This is I've got a bit of a fondness for black and white. And I was born when color was around, so yeah, fuck all y'all.
Oh shit.
I grew
But
up with
like,
color.
in all honesty, though, like there were scenes that made me laugh in this movie. Like, I
Yeah, it's
love
funny. Yeah.
watching the monster fucking lob a body out of a windmill and you get to see it fucking get hit by the windmill blade. Like, that's
That's
hilarious. I love
Cameron
it.
stole that for Titanic.
Exactly. And that was the bit that I laugh in the most in that movie too.
Absolutely, everyone does. Yeah.
Um, but I saw that and I was like, like fucking laughing my head off. Only and then you obviously get the end of the movie, which is, him trapped
Mm,
underneath the pillars collapse on
mm,
him and he's
yeah.
trapped in an area that like, because obviously he's got a fear of flames.
Yeah, yeah.
So he has to deal with that. And it's just I think that's what makes it most devastating is he doesn't know what he's done wrong. He's
No.
running because he's being chased. He's scared. Like it's not because he
Mm.
knows of his guilt or anything like that. He is getting chased. His natural reaction is fight or flight, and he flies. Um,
You said it well
much
before. He's
like
got the Labrador brain, like, and that's what a dog would do if you chased after it, and it would bite back to defend itself, and that's what
yeah,
he's doing. Yeah.
yeah. And in this fight or flight moment, his flight is making the body fly out of the windmill. But like, um, it crushed me. It absolutely crushed me. Like that
Yeah.
ending
Okay.
is absolutely heartbreaking.
Was this
Like
the first time you'd seen it?
no, like I've seen it
Oh,
before.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but every time it's like almost like a Marley
Yeah.
and Me sort of moment. I'm there going like, here's this creature that was just purely just not understood at any
Yeah.
level. No one
He was
like
the purple.
tried.
He was the purple people eater.
Yeah,
You-
Pepper People Eater. Yes.
and you still
Don't
loved
edit
him.
that out. Don't
That's the joke. That's the best joke this
the
show's ever
Purple
gonna have.
People Eater.
And there's no one to say he's not purple. It's black and white. Yeah, I'm saying he's
Yeah, that's
purple.
it. No one's told me that he's green.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just actually looks more like Grimace. Um, no,
Oh
but so
shit.
overall, like that movie is just like
Yeah.
crazy good. Devastating to watch. But like it's a 5 star from me, especially now that like it's the Purple People Eater.
Yeah, that was good. Oh, I should write that down and
You need to watch it again and put it in your review.
oh yeah, I'll be
That should
walking
just
up.
be your whole review. Go
The
like
purple
write the
people.
whole
Yeah.
name. You know how it's like the book's called like the modern day Prometheus or whatever it is,
Yeah, yeah,
and then go like AKA the Purple People Yeater.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't have much else to add about Frankenstein. We've got a bit of time up our sleeve. Are you ready to move on to, or you still got? He's
Yeah,
got nothing
no,
to add.
let's move on because otherwise we're just going to keep talking about the Purple People Eater.
We didn't. It doesn't matter. There's a couple of characters. Burgomaster. Why the fuck was Burgomaster in Frankenstein? What was the point of that character?
None. There was
And
no
Igor
character.
just went missing like about 25 minutes into the film. I didn't like that. Igor
Yeah.
needed more Igor. Anyway, next film up, 1932, also directed by James Whale. It's not. Is it The Old Dark House or is it just Old Dark House? I do not recall.
What, you mean the word the?
Yeah, did it do
It's
the
yeah, it
Facebook
does.
thing? No,
It
it
does
is
have
The Old
nah, it
Dark
is
House.
the Old Dark House.
Um, yeah, so my history with this, I have watched this twice in the last 6 weeks, because I stumbled across it on Tubi, checked it out, and was like, this movie's fucking awesome. It's a vibe. Because I remember it coming out on Eureka, released the 4K of it, and I'm like, oh, that looks really interesting. I want to check it out. And as soon as I watched it, I don't even think I'd finished watching it, and I brought the 4K. So I've seen it twice and really, really love it. You, Mike.
I did too, and this is my first time watching it. That was a movie that you had selected, and you had mentioned like previously, um, like mentioning it in passing before we even sort of
Mm,
planned it as an idea for an episode or like to be included in an episode. Um, and I I was like, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I was pleasantly
yeah.
surprised. Not that I thought it was going to be shit or anything like this, but like,
Mm,
I'm there going like, I really enjoy, Haunting of Hill House,
mm.
like Vincent
So,
Price's version of stuff like that.
yeah,
So I was like,
I'm
I
one of those sick and
didn't.
twisted ones. I like both.
Oh,
I
look, I
like the
do
90s
too.
version.
Oh, The Haunting. No, I don't know about. I've not actually watched the. Is that the Catherine Zeta-Jones one?
No, 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 The Haunting of Hill House, the 90s version that's got Ali, I think Ali Larder's in it
No, I've not watched that one.
and Jeffrey Rush. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you're talking about House on Haunted Hill.
House on Haunted Hill. Isn't that what you said? Is that what
No,
I was?
Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah, that's the Mike Flanagan series.
Yeah, House on
Yeah.
Haunted Hill. Am I getting confused now? The Vincent Price movie. Is that
Yeah.
Haunted Hill? Oh, I don't.
That is
Yeah,
the
it is.
House on
You're right.
Haunted
That's
Hill.
it. You've got it right. Sorry, guys. I'm getting it all fucked up.
No, I think I
Anyway,
did. I think I screwed you
I
up.
did
I just
too,
wanted
though.
to
I
say
don't
that
know.
because I don't think many people will know this film as they do Frankenstein. So basically, the small log line is that in a remote region of Wales, five travellers beset by a relentless storm find shelter in an old mansion. And this is in the creepy house subgenre, I would say.
It definitely is. And it has now I'm so confused. But that movie that Vincent Price is in with the
Yes,
haunted
the,
house.
the house on Haunted Hill.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's where the old lady skateboards across the. I was
yeah,
watching a
and where
movie
they
the other
have
day
like
and they were watching that
the
scene.
acid pit.
Oh,
Yeah,
isn't that
where
in
like
Rick
the
and Morty?
I don't know, I've not watched that.
Oh.
I've lost it.
I was watching something the other day and that they were watching in the movie, they were watching the House on Haunted Hill, the Vincent Price one, at that exact scene where the old lady on the skateboard just skates across the screen. Because I remember just dying laughing when I first saw that, and I was explaining it to you before, or might have been on episode or pre-episode, but I wish I could remember what I was watching. Anyway, really, really tangented on that. Um, the old dark house, Mike. What are we talking about? You've got no sound.
I had to mute myself because I was like laughing and coughing so much. This is gonna be such a fucked episode.
This episode is rooted.
But this is gonna be like it's gonna be really good for this episode, especially after what you told me before the recording. So like this just adds to it. Uh but you basically turn around, I'm not gonna go into it, but you're like, I'm
Yeah.
munted already. Like
Yeah.
but anyway, moving on. So this is my first time watching the movie. And it drew a lot of similarities for me to
Mm.
the old Vincent Price classic.
Yeah.
I'm just not saying the movie anymore. You guys know the one, Vincent Price in a house. It's haunted, right? Like that's all.
The House on
Uh,
Haunted Hill.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is
Not
fun
the
in
Shirley
itself.
Jackson. Like, um. Anyway, first time watching it,
Mm.
and
What stood out?
James was like James Whale's sense of fucking humor.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I was
yeah.
surprised.
I picked up on the humor only in the second watch. I didn't notice it as much when I first watched it.
Yeah,
Um,
I was watching it going like this fucking, off the rails, and it would have been
yeah.
more so back then. I'm like going, what the fuck? This dude is 100% dropping acid,
Yeah.
like while he's making this movie.
One of the best lines, and I didn't write many of the lines down. I wish I had of, but at the start when they go on, when they knock at the door for the first time, and the what's he called in this? Um,
Oh, Morgan?
Morgan, who's Boris Karloff again,
Yeah.
completely unrecognizable, and he's also great. Just as his just whole life as an actor was grunting and being awesome at it.
He literally reminded me of Lurch from the Addams Family, like the
Yeah, yeah,
original series.
yeah. And that's the thing. That was definitely this. This is what the thing you can see the influence of Frankenstein and influence of this on future horror stuff and even
Yeah.
character types. Um, but anyway, when Morgan first opens the door and he's like Rocky Balboa, the guy, I can't remember his name, Penderel, knocking on the door goes, not even the Welsh ought to sound like that. It's so fucking funny.
Just the whole thing, like the fact that like even like the two people, I can't remember the characters' names, but they decide that they like each other. And
Yes.
they
Oh,
decide like
instantly fall
during
in love, man.
yeah, but the
Oh,
fact that there's like impending doom happening, right? They all
yeah.
know about the dangers going wrong. And they're like, hey, you know what? Let's just fuck it, just sit in the car for
Let's
the
go
next
drink
half
whiskey
an
in the
hour.
car. Yeah.
Like people are like disappearing, all this
Yeah.
sort of shit. And they're doing that. And I was just like,
He
okay,
knows her
cool.
for 2 hours and he's already going to propose to her the next day. The 30s were a different time, man.
Oh yeah, they're basically just like, yeah, you gotta get on this. And
Yeah, it's crazy how.
so like I just was like, okay, cool. But the things that I really liked in this was very similar to what I liked in Frankenstein. The
Mm,
set design is fucking amazing.
yeah.
The
The use of
camera
miniatures in this is
angles,
good too.
yeah, and the camera angles as well. So
Mm,
like where they're going up the first flight of stairs and they have it
yeah.
almost like at a three-quarter angle, like shooting down, like almost bird's eye. So you
Yeah.
can see down like the original floor, like the landing, and they're coming up towards the camera. So you can see the people talking to them from behind as they're coming up, like shouting after them. Um,
Okay.
some really nice like shots I like there, especially when there's the scenes where they're like tackling and fighting Morgan on the stairs.
Yeah. Those scenes are great. They're so
Like
lame. The
they're
fights are
just
so
so
lame,
good.
but it's fun as hell.
And then I also think like how fucking brutal the movie is. Like just get launched off a flight of stairs, like through like a fucking banister and just land
Yeah.
on the ground. Like I
And
was like,
yeah, they that's the thing near the end where they're just like they're basically dead or close to death and they only fell like a meter onto the ground. Like it wasn't the biggest fall on the planet.
yeah, but they didn't drink a whole lot of milk back then. Like um but that got me thinking, as far as like movies go,
Mm.
The Old Dark House would have to be one of the very first like horror comedies.
Probably is, yeah.
It'd
I,
have to be.
I haven't come across any at all around that era, I don't think. I mean, all of those MonsterVerse ones are kind of funny, and that's probably thanks to James Whale, but
Oh, it was just hilarious. I loved it. The whole movie was great. Um, I did like the very much. Obviously, it's a black and white movie, but the nighttime setting, especially the
Yeah,
scenes, as
it's a vibe
simple as
again,
they
right?
were anytime anyone entered or exited the front of the house and it's pouring rain, and the sounds that they had put in to sound like the scuffling of the feet down like the stone steps as well. Like everything about that was just like a really like just added to the flavor.
Yeah, yeah. The
And I
setting
like
makes it
the use
the
of the
world
rain
building. Yeah, 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 yeah.
um
Oh, yeah,
was great. Um and yeah, like I was just in awe. Like the movie just looked gorgeous. Like I was just in awe
gorgeous.
watching it the whole time. It was just gorgeous, stunning, and I reckon if you got a release of that, it would have like some like beautiful case, which would be gorgeous as well. Speaking of gorgeous, Lillian Bond could be a new celebrity crush, even though I
Which
wouldn't
one was
necessarily.
she? She the blonde?
Gladys.
Gladys. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Not, yeah. It's
not.
quite sultry, we would
Yeah.
say.
And not no longer living. So rest in peace,
Well,
Lillian
mate,
Bond.
this movie was 1931. If she was oldest woman on the
Yeah.
world in
Well,
the world,
I just had a look.
she'd
Um.
only be 117 if she was
Yeah.
still alive.
Died a week after her birthday. That's pretty rough. Um. But yeah. So
Dude,
she died when I was like 3 months old, 4 months old. So obviously, like I didn't really have stand much of a chance with her.
why are you making me laugh, dude? That's just
But no, like she
one of
was
the most.
gorgeous in the movie. Like I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wow, like
Hmm. It's no wonder old Pendrell lost. Yeah, was instantly in lust for her.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd like to believe that after they left the house that they all lasted and they were great um together. I'm trying to think who else did I really,
There's a
really.
scene. Can we talk about the funniness of the scene when they're first at the dinner table? We haven't so spoken about the old woman yet. I can't remember her name, the deaf old woman. She's fucking hilarious. One of the best characters in history. I reckon she's awesome. Um, but at the table when they first sit down to dinner, she slices the bread, then cuts a piece in half, hands it on the fork to the person next to her. They hand it round.
Was
Can
it
you,
Rebecca?
huh, Rebecca?
Yeah, Rebecca Femme,
I have
I
no
think
idea.
was the old lady. I think. You've lost it.
No,
I
I'm
was
telling
trying.
you about the bread going around the table.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
hands it to the first person, and it ends up getting picked up by Morgan and brought back to her. Did you notice that?
Nah.
You noticed that when they first sit down at the dinner table. I
No.
didn't notice it the first watch either.
I'm gonna have to
She,
rewatch it. But it's a
you'll have to.
hilarious movie.
Oh,
Uh,
it's amazing. Um,
I we're
what else
cooks,
was great
man.
in this? The crazy old bastard at the end, Saul, who was
Yeah.
just like he was the real bad
Where did
guy
he
who they
come
kept like
from?
laughing like a leprechaun for like 20 minutes straight near the end of that movie. I don't know, it just got maddening. It was funny at first, but it was a weird choice.
I spent so much of that movie going, is someone just gonna go grab the fucking lamp already?
Yeah.
um,
That was a long scene explaining how heavy the lamp
oh,
was,
and
right?
that old dude in bed,
Yeah.
he
Oh yeah,
like
the
talked
with
like
the
a leprechaun.
Fu Manchu.
Yeah, yeah, he
I
was
love creepy
creepy.
house movies though. Like as a subgenre, creepy house movies are great,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Maybe we need to do like House on Haunted Hill and the remake.
Yeah, definitely.
Need to do something like that.
Add that to a
No,
list,
just
yeah.
overall, like I just thought it was a really fun movie. It's definitely one that I would love to get a 4K copy of.
Yeah,
Um,
I recommend it. Although it's a good transfer. Yeah, it is a good transfer, but it's not going to blow your socks off.
no, but I mean it's still better than watching it on Tubi if I'm wanting to buy it on like
Yeah,
physical
yeah,
media.
yeah. Yeah, you get it on Outland, I reckon. Um, yeah, have we got much else to say about this other than
No,
wholehearted
I think
recommends from
like
both of us, it sounds like.
Yeah, I gave it 4 stars, and there's a
Yeah,
chance that I would give it more on a rewatch.
yeah.
Um, I definitely think that's probably a good chance that I would um rate it
I
higher.
I did want to shout out Charles Lawton because I am a big fan of his. I've only seen a few of his movies, but I absolutely adore him. I think he's brilliant. Do you know which one I'm talking about with Charles Lawton?
No.
He was the one who was with
Oh yeah,
um
yeah, yeah,
the fatter guy. He was the one that was paying
yeah.
Gladys. Yeah,
He was great.
brilliant. He's great. He's that's not his accent. That's not his real accent. Like he's a really fantastic actor. He's in another great comedy called The Ruggles of Red Gap, where it's
Okay.
just yeah, it's again from the 30s. It's fantastic. I've seen him in a few things. He's in Spartacus as well, but Witness for the Prosecution. He's just fantastic actor in everything. Jamaica in one of Hitchcock's early films. He's really great in that as well. But yes, a big fan of his and want to shout him out because
I'm just
he's
really jealous that due to your age, you would have been able to see a lot of these movies at the cinema when they came out.
fucking hell, dude.
What was it like?
That's rude.
No, no, no. I genuinely wanted to say like thank you for like even suggesting this movie. It's probably one that I probably would have not gone out of my way to watch. I probably
Mm.
wouldn't have even like I don't think I would have even stumbled upon it. It just wouldn't have happened.
Well, I
Um,
look, if it wasn't for me being in the physical media space and seeing it was being released, I would never have noticed it. So that's the only reason I'd ever heard of it because it got a release. Yeah. But this,
uh,
man, I'll recommend old movies to you every day. Like there's so many, like old movies are the best movies, and
yeah,
yeah,
they're your childhood movies.
yeah.
That's just too easy to go into. No, I think it was probably, in all honesty, out of the movies that a lot of the movies that we've spoken about, we've seen before or mostly seen,
Hmm.
leading up to it.
Yeah.
Um, but out of the ones that I haven't seen or hadn't seen in a while, um, Old Dark House was probably like my favorite to watch. I just like because
Mm.
I've seen Frankenstein. I know what I'm getting myself into. And as much as I adore that movie, like I know it. Whereas like that movie, like I was watching it and absolutely fucking loved it. It was great. The Old Dark House is like was great.
They're just a
I
vibe, aren't they? That's what they are. They're just a great vibe.
It was one of those movies, and obviously you and I are quite addicted to Letterboxd. Um,
Yeah, well, yep.
I am at least.
We'll say addicted. Yeah. I'm
I
addicted
would.
to
I'd say
movies.
I'm addicted to Letterboxd. um, but basically, it was just one of those movies that even when I was putting my review and my rating into Letterboxd,
Mm.
I was kind of thinking, if I watch this again, I do think like I was almost at like sure that if I watched it again, that it would get a higher rating than what I gave it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like even
Oh,
like I almost rated it higher based on thinking that I was rating it too low. Um, but I
I
was
do that
like,
with a lot of
nah.
movies. No, I
I
know
was
that on rewatch you're gonna. Heaps of movies I do that with. On sorry, yeah, I know I'm gonna enjoy them more next time because you just know you're gonna notice more.
yeah.
Mm.
Um, and that's like definitely it. You know, obviously a little plug here, but I just had a quick look. Outrun have it. And like
Yeah,
you said, that beautiful Eureka copy.
yeah, yeah.
Um, looks great.
It does look
So
great. Yeah, the 4K of that is does yeah, like I said, does look pretty good. Is there any is there much else for us to talk about with this? This looks like it might be a shorter episode, my man.
yeah, there's not too much to say on this. I thoroughly enjoyed both movies. I love the fact that the Old Dark House was a first time watch for me. And
Hmm.
I really really enjoyed it. Um and I look forward to watching again. Like I said, I believe I'll probably end up like rating it much higher than what I initially did. And just taking in more stuff that I didn't notice the first time round. So yeah, no, that's basically me. James Whale is
Yeah,
a
2 for 2.
whale of a filmmaker.
Yes, nice one. Sorry, I got distracted. So yeah, we'll wrap it up then, I suppose. Nice short one for us it's the super fun, happy 40 minutes. I hope everyone had a good time. We're both definitely recommending these films to watch. Yeah, just get into old films in general, and I think you'll have a good time no matter what reach out to me on Instagram, curbside_collections, if you want me to give you some recommends on old films. Mike, where can the people catch you?
Yeah, just the the overall arching answer to that is Beyond Horror. If it's not Beyond Horror, you'll find it under Beyond Horror AU. If it's not under Beyond Horror AU, it's under Beyond Horror 666. But most importantly, what do you think our listeners have to look forward to in the coming weeks of the podcast?
Yeah, in the coming weeks, we do have our next episode will be The Hills Have Eyes, 1977, 2006. Then we have director Ari Aster. Then we're going to do The Fog, John Carpenter's from 1980, and I don't know who did 2005.
I don't either, but I just know that it's 2005.
Yeah,
We will
that's all we need to know
let
right
you
now.
guys know.
We'll figure it out. And then we're doing the 1940s, and our very first guest will be our good buddy, Uncle Wayno. Who you can also catch on Instagram at Uncle Wayno.
Uncle Wayno's World.
Uncle Wayno's World. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's Uncle Wayno's World. Yeah.
And
Anyway.
what's going to be really good about that is we have a guest that has only seen like 16 movies in his whole life.
Yeah. He owns 10,000 movies and has seen 17 of them.
Yeah, the rest is still shrink wrapped.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that would be good. And then that
Yes.
brings us obviously special episodes and
Mhm.
pilot episode not included, that episode 10. And that
Yeah.
will actually finish up the year.
Yes.
That's scary. That's daunting.
Yeah. Happy
I'm
New
excited
Year's.
for it.
Yeah, it's been a good start, and thank you to everyone who has tuned in so far and keeps tuning in. And yeah, if you like it, share, subscribe wherever you're listening to these podcasts, and that will help us out as well. Just gives us an understanding of how we're tracking. If we're tracking badly, hit us up in our DMs as well and tell us what we could improve on. This episode, don't have to comment on because we know what we can improve on. That was an interesting one, but it was a fun one. Everyone, have a good time. Thanks for joining.
See